request workflow for 3 different locations. Gets a little bit easier. This one's not as complicated, although it might not look like it. But this is actually for the direct payment request, and there's 2 different workflows. One workflow set up for central services, and then the other workflow for the colleges. And so, also with this product, we are able to create reports. So this was the first report we created. It was for the YCCD travel requests. And I know that this report looks very different from the travel reports that you've gotten in the past, and we are very excited about that. So this report pulls in data that's entered into on that travel form that you guys saw. So if any information is maybe input incorrectly, if a destination is incorrect or anything along those lines, this report is not manipulated. It pulls in that data as is. So if something's incorrect, when AP, accounts payable, gets the travel form to process, they audit all the information still, so they'll catch something if something's not right, if a destination isn't correct, or there's any sort of reimbursements or estimates that might be a little bit off. So that gets checked on the back end. But also, just so you know, this report is the estimated cost. So this is not what's being paid out to folks. This is just the estimated value of the travel that they are going to. This is the last page of the report. I figured you guys wouldn't want all 11 pages of the report as screenshots, but I did want to share with you that for the last page of the report, we did put a little legend in here so you knew which fund was paying for that travel. And if you would like more information or anything, we can certainly work through the Chancellor's office to figure out what pieces of information you do or do not want going forward on that report. So, of course, we wanted to make sure that we were experiencing some business process improvements, right? It's all about increasing our efficiencies in our operations. So I worked with a few of our admin assistants and just asked them, can you please help me track some of your forms that you fill out? How long does it take for it to get processed versus the way we were doing it via paper? So what we were informed of is with blanket purchase orders, before we implemented eTrieve, it took 5 days to process, and now it's taking 1. For cash advances, it was taking 5 days, and now it's taking 2. Direct payment reimbursements, it was taking 9 days, and now they're taking 5. And travel, they were taking 9 days, and I put unknown on the after for the implementation because we are doing some tweaks and changes with the workflows to make sure that they're going to where they need to. So we've experienced some hiccups with forms going into wrong boxes, but we'll definitely bring that back on the next update. So we know that it's working and it's more efficient and things are not getting lost because we can track to see where they are, but we just want to be more accurate when we provide that updated business process improvement. So in terms of next steps, we're working with the remaining departments of central services right now to implement eTrieve with the forms and the content management and everything, and we hope to be done by the end of this summer or early fall. And we are already working with the colleges to have them identify the priority in which they want to implement for their departments so that we can create the next phase of implementation to start in early fall. Any questions? Great. Okay, thank you.
Still lost, but go ahead.
Well, I just want to say thank you because our travel policy had said that we were supposed to get a travel report and we couldn't understand the old ones that we got, and we can understand this one. It's much clearer and it's a huge improvement.
Great.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next we have the association reports, starting with Student Senate activity reports. Is it Harlovleen? I do not know how to do that. Can the screen go back up, or do we need it down for something?
I think we don't need it.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay if I actually report first? We're going to
Sure.
report together actually after I finish my report.
That's fine.
Okay. Good evening, members of the board who don't know me. My name is Shalom Fletcher, and I'm the student body president for Columbia College. I'm honored to be here tonight to represent the students. Last time we reported that we hosted our first warm-up Wednesday, and today I'm here to report that it's every Wednesday, and we serve a hot bowl of soup or stew with a side of cornbread, and we easily serve 100 to 150 students each week. So we actually did that today. We had a, Swiss chard, and it was very delicious. It's actually one of our Senate members who makes the soup every week for our student, and then we actually have Lauren, the nurse, over here who makes the cornbread. Tomorrow, TRIO and ASCC are putting on a Pi Day event to celebrate the mathematical constant pi. The event will be held in front of the library from 11 to 1 and will consist of multiple games, rock painting, and, of course, free pie. Next Thursday, we'll be hosting another free movie series for students. We'll be showing the multiple award-winning documentary RBG from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Dogwood Theater. And then I would like to take some time to have a special thanks to Dr. B and the board for helping ensure our Outdoor Adventure Club for bouldering. Lastly, our Senate as well as MJC Senate has jointly voted to raise the student activity fee to $10. Our goal is to have this into effect before priority registration for fall 2019. This fee increase will be sustainable for all of our future events as well as all of our past. A student who attends just one of our events gets back all the money that they put into this fee. So, for example, we have our Welcome Week barbecue, where students come and they get hamburger, hot dogs, chips, drinks. That's already your $5 back in your pocket. And so if they go to any of our events, they're actually getting more than they're putting into. So even with this increase, we are still one of the lowest fees in the state.
Good evening, members of the board. And tonight for my report, I would like to address one of the agenda items before you this evening. The Associated Students of MJC and the Associated Students of Columbia have spent the last year researching and exploring increasing the student fee activity at both colleges. For MJC, this fee has not been increased since 1971, which is 47 years ago. We have not approached this decision lightly, just as we did not approach the decision of increasing health fee last year, which was approved. Our students have many barriers placed at their feet when they enroll in college. This includes food insecurities, housing issues, issues of mental health, and multiple financial barriers. ASMJC is so excited to see so many people now at the table to discuss these issues today. We started our work 3 years ago with free lunch on Wednesdays. We are proud to say that Flow alone has fed 36,000 students since it started. With the fee increase, ASMJC and ASC wish to provide more for our fellow students. This long overdue fee increase will allow us to expand that work. Currently, out of 114 California community colleges, ASMJC and ASC currently rank in the bottom 20 schools with a fee of $5. The average fee amongst the 114 schools is $10. Over the past year, ASMJC and ASC have held multiple town hall meetings, met with students, and discussed in our respective senates the fee increase. ASMJC and ASC have both voted unanimously to increase the fee. This is after extensive research and student feedback. ASMJC and ASC looks forward to expanding services to the students like Flow or our benefits programs that provide Scantron green books and print cards. The more students are connected to our schools, the more we remove barriers, the better we all do as students. We have seen and heard from our students that sometimes the only thing they eat is the food at our events, or how they couldn't print their paper because they had no money and they received a print card from us. Lastly, this is an optional fee that our students are not required to pay. We thank you for your time and consideration this evening and hope the voice you hear is the voice of our students. Once again, thank you for your time. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I really appreciate your sharing all that information about the student fee, because I saw it on the agenda, and I wasn't sure. Good idea, not a, and I didn't know, and you've both done an excellent job of giving us a lot of information, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'd also like to say that aside from being a student trustee, I do work as a student worker. And we do IDs for the students, and a part of that, we have this application where students get their stickers, which allows for all the benefits that come with this. And I've heard numerous personal stories. A number of students have told me that how this has been such a good thing, just the free bus rides and the lunches alone. And as it was mentioned, that's the only thing. I've met a veteran one time, that's the only thing he ate all day. And he literally waits until Wednesdays to eat, you know, so I think this would be good for all of us, for all the students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, YFA is next.
Good evening. I'm Jim Solomon, President of the Yosemite Faculty Association. Tonight I wanted to give you an update on the class capacity work groups. Unfortunately, I don't have a percentage yet to give to you. As I mentioned last month, that's kind of hard to gauge, but I'm going to try and see if I can come up with a better metric to give to you for next month. But I will tell you this, that we had our rep council meeting a few weeks ago, and what I've heard is that there are some disciplines that are already done, so that's good. There are some that are ready to meet with the administration because they've done all their prep work, and then the remaining disciplines have already done their process and reviewing their courses. So I think we're on the right track. I just don't have a number for you that says how many we've completed, but I definitely get the impression from our rep council that faculty expect to have this work done by the May 10th deadline. So fingers crossed it'll work that way. Next item is that we are in the process of updating our bylaws. We actually have several items